What's up, everybody? This your boy Big D, and welcome back to Kicking It with Big D. I left you off on with part two of 50 Reasons to Exercise, and I'm gonna finish it today. I'm gonna finish it today, um, and hopefully, what I give to you on today that you guys will take it and apply it to your life. Okay. Um, But I want to say this. I think I'm going to start saying this in all my segments because, it's the truth. And this is the day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice, we shall rejoice, and be glad in it. What do you say? Amen? All right. So I'm going back to 50 Reasons to Exercise. This is part 3, but it won't be long because I've taken care of the majority of it in 1 and 2. Really 2. I really laid it down at 2. Got to go back and watch that though. So I'm picking up at number 36. Number 35 I left off with fights dementia. Now number 36 it says it eases back pain. Let me tell you something. I agree. I know that it does because when I was at my heaviest, my back was hurting a lot. Sitting down, I had all that Georgie Porgy just hanging down and just pulling on my back. It was hurting. And when I laid down in the bed, my stomach was laying on the side of me like it was a mate or something, and it just wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. But when I started losing the weight, I noticed that my back problems started going away. So I agree with that. It's not something that I heard, and not just I'm agreeing because I'm reading this. I agree. So if you have a lot of stomach, I recommend like you do some walking, sit-ups, and some more walking, and some more sit-ups. And if that don't work, some more walking and some more sit-ups. Y'all thought I was going to say something else, but I'm saying just telling you what works. It eases the back pain. Number 37 says it decreases osteoporosis. I had to say that slow because I almost messed it up. But I'm not really knowledgeable about osteoporosis, but I do know that it affects you majorly. So anything, like I said in the last segment, anything that exercise can prevent it, and it can help you with it, even though if you do happen to get it, that it won't affect you as much. Do it. Exercising seems to be great. 50 Reasons to Exercise, I had no idea that it had all these benefits to it. I always just thought that, if you just, work out, as far as like, being an athlete. And you being an athlete, you exercising, you're eating right, you're doing everything that for your body to last long in the sport that you're playing, whether it be wrestling, football, basketball, track, whatever it may be. But for us as just everyday people, we should do this for these benefits and these benefits alone. Be good to your body and your body be good to you. Number 38 says it reduces feeling of depression. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think when you exercise, like you release endorphins. Somebody had put in the chat, if I'm saying that wrong. Well, I don't believe I'm saying it wrong, but if I'm wrong about what I'm saying about the endorphins, but I do believe that when you exercise that you release them. You need to do that. That would help you, eliminate, with the depression trying to take on, because nobody can be, could be happy with, walking around and your feet so fat, is globs of meat hanging out the sides of your shoe. You can't wear a sandal, or if you do, you got to wear the sole of the sandal, and then you got to have a bungee cord wrapped around your foot just to keep it in there. I'm not trying to be funny, but all I'm saying is, nobody wants to walk around and looking at their body, and when they get out of the shower, they rather just run past the mirror instead of looking to see if they got anything they need to work on. Well, they know they do if they're running past the mirror. Plenty of things they need to work on. Or maybe they just have somebody cut out the light while they get out of the shower so they can just walk on out without having to look in the mirror. But I'm gonna digress from that. I'm gonna move on. Number 39 says prevent muscle loss. This is important right here. When you don't work it, you lose it. Or let me just say it in the rhyme phrase. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's the truth right there. I used to work out a lot. As a matter of fact, when I played football, and me as well as my producer, Scott Gash, we played for the same semi-pro football team. Yes, we did. The Ashford Grizzlies. No trespassing. For those of you who's on the Grizzlies, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say that. But yeah, we stayed in the gym. We worked out really good. I was looking good. I was feeling good. Even though I had a little bit of belly, I was in shape. I could run. I could do it all, and I felt great. And once I stopped after the football season was over, after my football years were over, I didn't go to the gym as much. So once I stopped, I started noticing over time how the muscle loss was setting in, and then the skin was starting to sag, and the arm was floppy, and it just when I'm waving at people, it just sound like I don't know, it sound like the fan was on. But I'll say this: just exercise, keep the muscle tone up because it's important. If you don't use it, you will lose it. That's important. I'm gonna move on from that. Kind of got a little sad. Let's think about my days of playing football. But that's in the past. I ain't living for that yesterday's glory. Okay? So, number 39 says, number 40 says, increases energy and endurance. I think we all would love to have that happen with us, whether that be, it's nothing like walking with your loved one, or you out with walking with the guys, you're tired. Every 20 steps you got to sit down, and then the whole crowd got to wait on you because you don't have no endurance and you don't have no energy, and it's all because you don't do nothing but sit around. You go to bed, you eat, you sit on the couch, you watch TV, and it's just a pattern. And in that pattern, you just, once you try to do something that's going to elevate that heartbeat, that heart rate, you realize, yeah, you're in trouble because that's all you've done is just sat around, watch TV, go from the couch to the bed, from the couch to the fridge, and you're doing yourself a disservice. So I really recommend that you get out and you definitely put, some spice in your life with exercising. I know some days when you don't want to do it, that's when you get your best workout in because you're pressed, you push through. And, a lot of times that's what I did. I didn't want to go to football practice. I didn't want to go to the gym. But once I got there and I got into it, I felt good. I was glad that I did that. So it just made me just, that much more energetic about, continuously doing it. As I said, once that was over with, I slacked off. And I really know from experience that when you don't use it, you lose it. Keep that in mind. So, number 41 says it increases sports performance. And, again, going back to when we played football, there's no way you can just walk off the street and you join a team. And if they let you do that anyway, and they let you dress out and they let you start in the game, there's no way you're going to last. There's no way you're going to last through the first 4 plays. And if you do, that's all you got. You burn out. Because all you did was just come and you gave fresh energy, but it wasn't you didn't have enough endurance. You didn't have enough energy. And this is for any sport, whether it be kickball, dodgeball, baseball, softball. Again, the others, track and field, football. I'll even say, swimming. All that. Track and field, javelin throw, shot put, discus, all that. Anything you do in the sports, you're going to need to be in shape. You're going to need to have that energy, and you're going to need it all to finish what you start. Anybody disagree? If you disagree, go ahead and put it in the chat. Oh, yeah. And, before I move on, in the last segment, I didn't say subscribe, like, and share. I would like for you to do that. Tell your friends about me. Tell your aunties, uncles, grandma, mama. Tell everybody about me. If you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're seeing, please share this. I think somebody can benefit from it. Even if it's not you, somebody else could benefit from this. All right, moving on. 42 says, increases pain resistance. I don't really know how that works, but I want to find that out. I want to find that out. And, I don't have a high tolerance for pain anyway, so I'd rather find that out. I want to resist all pain. Resist it all. So for those of you out there, if you know what it means, I'm not even going to take a shot at it like that. I'm not going to do it an injustice by not knowing. But I will say this, if it's excess exercise helps with that, by all means, do it. It's all beneficial to you and your body. So why would you, if you love yourself, why wouldn't you want to take advantage of this? Moving on. 43 says, it improves balance and coordination. I can get with that. I like to think of ballet dancers. I like to think of, ballet dancers are the one that's come to mind. Well, also ice skaters. Those two particular type of sports. If you will, if you say ballet is a sport, I wouldn't say that's an art. But I think that, though the people that are involved in those worlds, they could agree with that it improves, exercise improves your balance and your coordination, because you need both of those to do ballet and to ice skate. If you notice that, the ice skaters, they have, they're stronger than what you think. To do all the jumping and flipping and, man, I'm just impressed by that, because all the somersaults and still land on that single blade, and you got to have control. It's like with ballet, you got to have, the balance, and you got to have the posture, and, I know pirouette. That's it. Pirouette. I don't even know how to spell it, but I know pirouette. And if y'all want to help me out in the chat, please feel free. And feel free to go ahead and, school me on some of those other moves. But moving on, I don't want to take too much time on that. Number 44 says, improves oxygen supply to cells. Now that I can attest to, because, like I said, I was in an aerobics class. And I used to yawn a lot. And my instructor used to notice that, and she would say, that's the oxygen flowing through your blood properly now. And I said, okay. I was thinking to myself, I thought it was just me getting sleepy. I thought I was getting wore out from, doing all these exercises in this aerobics class. But she notified me, that she let me know quickly that, my oxygen was flowing good through my blood. And I like that. And I think that, when the brain is getting plenty of oxygen, that also helps with your thinking. You think clear. Your thoughts, your thinking is more sharp, and you're right on top of everything. So with that being said, and it says that improves oxygen supply to the cells. So keep the oxygen flowing through the blood so that it gets to the brain, so that you stay clear in your thoughts and your thinking, and things of that nature. I just ended it like that, because it's just. It's the truth. It's the anyhow truth, Move around. Get the oxygen and the blood pumping all at the same time, real good through your body, so that you can feel great. Okay? How about that? Number 45, it says it improves concentration. Again, when that blood flow from the exercise is flowing through your body, the oxygen is flowing through your veins, your cells. Everything is just being oxygenated. If that's a word, I don't know. Y'all can y'all can put that in the chat. We can talk about that as well. But I'm not going to focus on that. But when everything is getting oxygen properly and it's getting the proper amount of oxygen, you're able to, you know, concentrate more. You're able to stay focused on a task and get things done. I think that's self-explanatory. Enough said. 46 says it helps with self-control. And another thing, you know, going back to sports, I keep using sports because you have to be self-disciplined when you're playing a sport, you know, or if you just, you know, just going and being in the gym or just straight up just exercising, you have to be self-disciplined. When you want that piece of chocolate or when you want that hamburger or when you want that milkshake or you want that soda, these are the things that you've given up, you set aside because you know they're working against you instead of for you. When you're exercising more and you've seen the results, as I've said before, you start to lean more into putting better things into your body. You start to lean more into, you know, putting, you know, things that fuel you properly. And when you come across, you know, a piece of cake that you normally would, you know, you couldn't turn down, or piece of candy, or your favorite drink, or your favorite ice cream, and you're able to walk past it and not even be fazed by it, and not even be moved in the least of it, you know, that's self-control, and that's good, and that's what we all need. We all need some self-control. Judge yourself, and if you want to do the test, go in the bathroom and look at yourself. Now, of course, this is for people who, I'm not picking on people who are overweight, by no means. I'm not a skinny man by no means, but I would say if you want to do something, if you want to get, you know, to a place you've never been to, you got to do some things you've never done before. It's not quite how the saying goes, but it's just, this is how it is. You know, you gotta start stepping out of your comfort zone. Stepping out of your comfort zone is never easy, but it's doable. You just have to focus, make your mind up, and do it. And it wouldn't be bad. It would be a great thing to have a support system as well. Have somebody to hold you accountable for the things that you do and don't do. Oh, and I just say, just think about it. Just think about it. I'm moving on. Now, number 47 says, lessens fatigue. It lessens fatigue. There's nothing worse than just getting out of the bed and you sleeping all night, but getting out of bed and you still fatigued. Or as I would say, feeling fatigued, like, I need some sleep. That's terrible. That is terrible. But what I need for you to do is to get out there and try. For this one, I'm going to say, just get out there and try it. If you're always feeling that fatigue feeling, get out there and try it. And then nothing strenuous, nothing hard. Just take a 30-minute walk, not a power walk, just a walk, and see how you feel after that. Now, I will say, give or take, you may still feel that way, but get in the pattern of doing it. Start doing it every day, and watch a change. Watch a change. Number 48. I think everybody's going to love this one. 48 says, it increases sex drive and satisfaction. Now, I could go somewhere with that, but I won't. I'll keep it PG. But I will say this for all of my adults who are out there watching, and let me just make it even more clear, all my married people who's out there watching. If you are having trouble in this department, it wasn't me. It's the page that speaks. It's the 50 reasons to exercise. And the exercise, it said increases, when you exercise, it increases your sex drive and the satisfaction you can give your partner. Now, when I say partner, I mean your spouse. I'm going to say spouse. Your husband or your wife. Boy, I tell you right there, I'm going to let that sit right there. And if you with your spouse, go ahead and talk about it. You can talk about it while you're watching this. Hey, I can't hear you, but 50 reasons to exercise. And number 48 says it increases sex drive and satisfaction. That's really enough said right there. If that don't make you get up and go jog 3 miles, I don't know what. Especially if y'all having trouble. If you're having problems now, you need to. If you can't make love past a commercial, you might wanna do that. I said I was gonna keep it PG, but I'm just saying that's the truth of the matter. If you can't make love past a commercial, we got a problem. Houston, got a problem. I'm just saying that she might say, whatever your name is, we got a problem. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna move on from there. Number 49 says, makes life more exciting. And I believe that. Because when you feel great, you look great, exercising your life, you have all this energy, you got these things you want to do, you don't want to sit around, you want to be adventurous, you want to get out there and you just want to live life. You want to be on the go all the time. You know, you want to get out there, you want to see, you want to go and do. And that's great. That's great. And if you had that kind of energy, get it back. It's not too late. If you never had that energy, try it. Treat it just like faith. Step out there and try it. Get your exercise on. The person that you are now, when you start exercising, you're going to look back and wish you'd done it sooner. Don't take my word, just do it. And then put in the comment what's happening with you. And last but not least, number 50 says it improves quality of life. It improves quality of life. And who does not want a good quality? Hold up. Who doesn't want a great quality of life? I know I do. I know I would like to go throughout the day without saying, oh, I felt the twinge, or this is hurting, or that is hurting, or this is swole, or that is swole. You know, that's just me. And if none of y'all out there that don't have that problem, that's cool. But I know as for me, I want a more quality of life. I want the life that Jesus said, that he can't give. He said, I came that you have more life and life more abundantly. That's what I'm talking about right there. So, folks, overall, the 50 reasons to exercise, it's just like this. You know, you work out the natural will be in shape. And I'm going to go as far as say this. When you work out the spirit will be in shape. And some of us, just like what it's talking about, the 50 reasons to exercise our natural bodies, there's reasons to exercise our our spiritual man as well. You know, you do a spiritual workout. Your spiritual workout is fasting, praying. You know, you have to, reading the word, staying before his face. You know, we need to get our spiritual workout on as well. You know, get in the spiritual gym. The spiritual gym is his word. It works out your spirit man. So I thought I'd just leave you with that little nugget there. And as usual, I have hope words. I always say this. These are not my words. I do not own the rights to them. But nonetheless, I like to leave you with some. And you apply it to your life. And these hope words, I think, let's see. And these hope words reads as so. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood. The people are real. The problems are real. They're just not the root of the problem. I'm going to let that sink in. And I'll say this. If I've read that before, I don't think I have. pardon me, but I do believe that, when things like this happen, I do believe this for a reason, that if maybe you didn't get it the first time around, but I'll read this again and take that and apply it to your life. It says, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. The people are real. The problems are real. They are just not the root of the problem. In other words, you're going to deal with people who's going to bring some things into your life, whether it be somebody on the job, somebody in the supermarket, somebody at the post office, somebody at the gas station, somebody who may be having a bad day or having just some bad things going on in their life. But know that they're just a vessel. There's a point of contact as to whether the enemy is using them, and he's increasing their thoughts and their actions towards you, all because they have been open to they've been open to be used by him. But I would say that, they're not the real problem. The problem stems with, with him. And then on top of that, the problem on top of that, when it manifests in the natural, the problem, there's a root. It started somewhere. They didn't just wake up angry. And if they did, it stemmed from somewhere. There was a root that caused them to be angry. But just know that's the light version of what I read to you. I'm saying, people are not the problem. We do not wrestle against flesh and blood. People are not the problem. Flesh and blood is not the problem. The problem always stems from the spiritual. And that is, because everything stems from the spiritual and it manifests in the natural. Think on that. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood because that's not the root of the problem. The root of the problem is in the spirit, because everything from the spirit, it starts from there first, and then it manifests in the natural. So therefore, it's not against flesh and blood. It's always against the spirit. So, as the word tells us to walk in the spirit, and to walk by faith and not by sight. When you're walking by sight, you're walking in the natural. When you walk by faith, you're walking in the spirit. And you're walking in the spirit, you're walking outside of time. You're walking in eternity. When you walk by sight, you're walking in time. So those are my words, my hope words. I hope you can take those and apply those to your life. Now, as I do here on the Kicking It with Big D show, this is where I ask you if you're saved, and if you want to be saved, that you can take this opportunity right now and repeat after me by saying, Father, I'm a sinner. I've tried to live life my own way, and that I realize that my way is not enough. I failed every time in every way and everything that I could do, but now I want to try your way. I accept you, Lord Jesus, into my heart. I'm asking you to come into my life and be Lord over my life. I believe that you died and you rose on the third day with all power in your hand, and that you are the Son of God. And if you said that, then you are saved. The Bible says, simpler than that, if you call on those who call upon the name of the Lord, they shall be saved. And if you've done that, I really truly believe that you are. And I would say, welcome to the family of God. Congratulations. God bless you. Now I'll say the benediction and I'll let you go. Now may the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. In Jesus' name, amen. Join me next Thursday, folks, for I don't know what I'll be talking about, but it's going to be good, I promise you. And until the next time, I'm your boy, Big D. Thank you for kicking it with me. Peace.